So now I'm going to show you how to use Broker Metrics to find individual agents when you need to. So again, you can either go to your desktop and click Broker Metrics, or you can do it from the Start menu. You enter your password, your username, and you log in. And again, we're going to use Proficiency Metrics. Once we're in this search window, we're going to click over on the tab Agent Name Search. And you have a window pop up here now. You can search by last name, first name, agent ID, or you can do a combination of the three. So if I only know the last name, Williams, I'm going to get a lot of results because it's a very common last name. Or let's say I know the first initial, and now I only have one. Or it might be MA, and now I have several more. And from there I can click. So let's look up some Williams. You can look them up like this. And once you find the agent that you want to move over or that you want to search, you can click and it'll highlight the name. And now you can add, or you can click, you can double click an agent and it'll also move it to the selected area over here. And now it's showing that I want to select Kelly Williams and Kimberly Williams, and I want to search them and their production. I can also, once I've selected the agents that I want to choose, I click OK, and then I can hit search. If I want to add, I can hit add and that will show up again. Or if I want to remove an agent, I can remove. Once I have my list together and finalized, I can hit search. And it'll show me the two agents that I searched for, Wendy Klein and Kimberly Williams. Now I can look at their overview of how they're doing, their production. I can look at their contact information, and it'll show me their phone number, their office address, a few other details like email. If I click on growth analysis, it'll show me that too. And listing proficiency, we don't really get to use that. So overview. Now that's under the agent information tab. Now if I want to look at their production and how they're doing, I will click on production. Now it'll show me this pretty colorful chart here. And this chart is showing me what this agent is doing in the previous 12 months, 13 to 24, this left side of the chart of the line right here, the last 12 months, so the right side. It'll show me if their volume changed and if they're up in production, or if they're down, it'll show me a red arrow pointing down. Now you can see their production here. The green means listing volume, and the yellow means buyer. So if you hover over, let's say June, July, it'll show me that Wendy had a $3.1 million listing and she closed it. And I know these look like ones, but they're not. That's April of 2014, June 2014, August. They're fours. Now, if you wanted to look at the units that she's done, you can click on units. And you can see here the amount of units she's done. And if you, again, put your mouse over a certain month, it'll show you the listing units for that month, the selling units for that month, and then the total units. You can also click here for it to show you the number, because if you want to trace this one, let's say back, it's kind of hard. It'll show you an average and other fun lines that you can play with. You can also choose the time period. So if I wanted just to see the last 12 months, it'll show me March through February. And then if I want to see the last calendar year, it'll show me January to December of 2015. Now for volume, the same concept. You can do 1 year or you can do calendar year. And you can also hit units for it to show you the volume, the average, and then fun lines. Now under views, you can also view, if you're under the production tab, you can view their agent production or their agent inventory. Now the views options will vary as you move from tab to tab. For example, if you're in agent information tab, you get different options as if in you get different options and if you go to like the production tab. So agent inventory, let's click on that. Whoops. So here it'll show us the listings currently for sale and the listings currently under contract, and it'll show you down here a chart of that too. It'll show you she has 41 units currently for sale and 3 under contract, the volume of those units, the average price, and other fun numbers. Then it'll show you right here, you see how some of these are red and some are blue. Blue means under contract, the triangles, and the squares, the red ones, mean for sale. The ones that are filled in means that she reduced the price or there was a price change, and more than one price change. And the ones that are not colored in, no price changes. You can also, like I said, click on average price and it'll show you the average price of the listings that she has and the ones that are under contract. You can also view only the ones that she has for sale or only the ones that are under contract. And you can do the same with Kimberly. If you go back to agent production, you can see that Kimberly has had very little production and that she had a buyer last month. You can do the same if she had inventory. You would see it here. If you want to add more agents, you can also export this data. You can print preview, print. You cannot export the chart, but you can email it as a PDF. If you do want to export their data, you can go back to agent information. If you wanted to have their contact info in there, you would select contact information and then hit export. If you do not select contact info and you're on this page, it will not export the contact info. It'll only export what's on your page currently. So that's how you would do it. You would save it and then you can mail it out to an agent, or you can just save it on the drive, in any folder that you want. And that is how you look up an agent individually.